It is Tuesday at 9, and I'm Heather Marsigliano from Grace on Broadway. And Grace on Broadway is in Bangor, Pennsylvania, which is in the northeast side of Pennsylvania. And so if you guys have been following my page, I don't know if we're allowed to say that word. There's all these weird words that Facebook doesn't let you say now in live, so it slows it down. I think I just said one. But either way, if you haven't seen my page, there's a better one. You know that sometimes I like to collaborate with my friend Shannon. She is a brilliant local artist who does a lot of really fun things. And usually we've done 2 pieces so far. One you guys have seen with the really pretty poppies on sea glass. And if you haven't seen it, head over to my page after. It's so cool. And now we have one that has yet to be fully released. I'm going to actually start putting out the sneak peeks and the full picture this week. But how we've been working together is I will take a piece and paint it however I want. And then Shannon comes to the store and sees what I've done, and then she layers her art on top of it. And it's been so fun to be collaborative and work together as artists and as friends. So we want to keep going. And yesterday while we were painting together, we were talking about some of her wall art because we wanted to use it for staging and this and that, and we wanted to incorporate it. And I said, oh my gosh, go home and pick out any of your pieces. And I've, of course, seen a bunch of them, so I kind of had an idea. But she does florals and she does whimsical. And I said, pick out one of them, your favorite one, and I will make a table to go underneath it with that as my inspiration. So that's what we're going to do today because I thought it'd be fun. And the picture she brought down is actually one of my personal favorites. It's this one. Can you get the whole thing in view?
Mm-hmm.
How amazing is this painting? So this is not a print. This is actually her original canvas, which I love it so much it makes me almost nervous to have it. It's my favorite one she ever did. So if my husband's watching, I want it. If you guys are watching and you love it, I want it to have a happy home. So you guys email us or whatever. It can be yours. But I love it. So, it is going to be our inspiration. I'm like so scared of this thing. Okay. There we go. Okay. So, the colors that I picked are Limeade, Pacific, and Caribbean. And, oh wait, red. Travis, can you grab me a barn red?
Mm-hmm.
An 8 ounce. And then I have all my paintbrushes. The small one. And then I have these really cool mica flakes. They're glitter. So we're going to try to play with those too. I have an idea. I don't know if it's going to work, but I'm going to try. So before we got on camera, we cleaned this with White Lightning. I have my cute little kid's chair. I'm going to sit so I can get the top of this. Can you see me up here?
Yeah, I just
We're
want to make
trying
sure.
out like a new stand. So that
Okay, yes,
yeah.
I can see you. I just want to make sure I get the piece of furniture in there too.
Awesome. So, this is my Dixie Belle mini angled. This is my top that I didn't put on right, so I'm going to smash it on the ground because that's always a fix for everything. And this is Limeade. And we're going to start top down. The table has some imperfections already, but I'm cool with it, so I don't feel like sanding them out because I think that they're pretty. Oh, here. So when I do a top.
Aw, Dew says you look adorable.
Thank you.
Hi, Dew.
Dude, these are my Jamma pants. Guys, let's be totally transparent and real. I found these pants at Target. They're $20, and they're in the pajama aisle, like the pajama and lounge wear, and they have pockets And I can paint in them and not feel bad, and they're comfy and cute. So, I'm loving them. I'm going to go buy every single color. Alright, so when I do a top, I go here, and then I go all the way to the top and pull it straight down to keep my lines nice and even. Is Tyler photobombing our video?
Yes. Yep.
That was my
Just a little.
my 11-year-old. I'm just cleaning up where some of my paint may have went. Whoop. I'm typically a fairly neat painter, except for sometimes when I splash paint everywhere. Uh-huh. Both of my boys, this is the last day that they're going to be here. Our school starts on Monday, guys. We have made it through the summer with children. Hooray. Margaret's going to be here and the store's going to be open, but just after this live, I'm taking my children to meet up with my family at the beach for a couple days. And then we're going to come back and get back on school schedule and organize. And they're going to school, and Mommy gets to work every day again.
And we get to come back every day.
Well, yeah, they're going to take the bus here after school. But by then, I will have all sorts of work done. How exciting is that?
Hey.
What? You get to be with friends, I get to work. It's going to be awesome.
Max isn't in my
Oh, well. The people in our live video don't know that Max isn't in your class.
They do now.
They do now, that's right. Guys, Travis has had his best friend in his class for years and years, and this is the first year the school separated them. Alright. Get my chair out of the way.
And I'm not happy with it.
Yeah. I think my plan is to go with the limeade until about here-ish. And then start in with Caribbean and then Pacific. But I might start Caribbean kind of into the limeade because I'm not sure if I want to leave the limeade totally limeade or if I want to kind of have it peek underneath the metallic. I'll decide that like as we paint. Sometimes I just have the colors in mind and I don't quite know how I'm going to lay them out. Oh, I forgot this little piece.
What about the back?
So I don't really know what I want to do until I start laying the colors out. So let's get some of the colors on first and then we'll see where we go. But I think as long as you have your colors that you're working with and your inspiration, the rest kind of usually tends to work itself out. Although there's plenty of pieces that have decided to give me a run for my trouble. And usually I get to a point where I want to just take it and throw it in the burn pile. I don't know if you guys have had those pieces, but we've had our share. Matter of fact, we're going to be taking a picture soon and staging of one piece that Margaret and I both worked on for weeks. We literally took it, completely stripped it back down to regular wood and redid the whole thing, I think twice.
After it had been done.
After
with
it had been-
transfers and
Oh,
sealers.
Yes. We just, no matter what, hated its guts. And just kept going,
Okay.
and figured that we would get there. And we did. Some pieces are just like that. Alright. Now the limeade is looking very limey. This is a fun color. I don't use it enough, I don't think. So, we sanded, we painted. I'm fixing my lines as I go. It's just easier if I mess up now to just, while the paint is wet before it dries. If I miss a spot, just go get it. This table has lots of spindly legs. Not always a fan favorite. but it's going to look cool. I like legs or leggy tables especially when I'm doing like an ombre. I think they're fun to ombre. But I think it's appropriate that Shannon picked a painting that's basically all leg for a leggy table. You know what we should do? I'm going to put the painting right here so they can see it as I paint.
Don't get
Good
anything
thinking.
on it.
I know, but now
Can you get it?
hopefully you
Okay.
didn't jinx me, Travis. Ready?
Oh, Heather.
All right, wait.
You want me to do it?
Hang on.
Oh, Heather.
Oh, Heather, please don't do that.
Do you know how many people say, oh, Heather, my whole life? I think it's like a saying.
Or,
So
Mom.
Tammy would like to know if you use Boss first.
Nope, I didn't need Boss.
Oh, actually, if you can slide the painting over more, because we can't
This way more?
this way.
This way more.
Yeah, like I'm a mirror over towards, yeah. Yeah, there you go. Now the legs are showing through the legs of the painting, which is
Perfect.
cool. Yeah.
Okay. Now they can see where
Yeah.
we're... All right.
Okay, so no Boss first, right?
No Boss
Just good
first.
cleaning?
Just a good cleaning. And when I cleaned it, it came clean. It didn't like constantly have like tannins in the cleaner. It wasn't, extra crazy. Boss is great. And for those of you guys who are watching that don't know what Boss is, Boss blocks odors, stains, and bleed through. It's a Dixie Belle fixer product. And so is Slick Stick. However, I have to say, I've been with Dixie Belle for a very long time. I'm one of the original retailers. And we went years and years and years and years without Boss or Slick Stick. And I do find that as great as they are, I think they get a little overused. They're not necessary in near the amount of pieces that I see them used on. So, you only really need it if it's a piece that's absolutely going to bleed through. Even if I was painting this white, I wouldn't put Boss on it. Alright. Sorry if my head's like directly in the way of everything I'm painting. I'm just trying to get around a corner.
You're good.
I'm good.
Mm-hmm.
So our first coat of limeade is on, so I'm going to set the limeade aside. And I'm going to come back to the start. And I said we're going to start with Caribbean. I've never painted with Caribbean yet, so I'm super excited for this moment. Ooh, it's pretty.
So Tammy, it's
Oh, wait, yes,
limeade is the color.
Yep.
And Leslie would like to know, how do you know if your piece is going to bleed through or not?
So, a lot of mahogany and fresh cut,
Cool.
like, woods that have, like, the fresh open knots, those will probably bleed. If you're cleaning a piece and it just seems like you're cleaning it forever, because no matter what you do, you're still getting, like, reddish brown on your rag, and you're taking White Lightning and you clean it, and then you switch it off, and then you do your second coat of cleaning it, and it's still just as dirty as the first, and you clean it again, it's gonna bleed. That's not that much dirt. That's tannins coming off, and that's gonna bleed. But if a piece just is dark and cleans easily, then there's really, I don't think, any need to just use Boss for the sake of using Boss.
Okay, so Shannon says she's had some issues with Dixie Belle chipping, and she would like to know what causes that.
I'd have to maybe talk with you more, but a lot of times if things chip, it means that the adhesion in general first wasn't great to begin with. So a lot of times that means that maybe you didn't clean the piece as well as you should have to begin with. Or it was a piece that maybe could have used Slick Stick. But it shouldn't chip. But I do find that if we don't clean it properly, it will. Because the reason you want to clean really well, and that's like your most important thing, And a lot of times I've done several videos literally just about cleaning. And so basically, if you have like even fingerprints or any kind of dirt or grime or anything on your piece, and you put your paint right on top of it, that's what your paint's adhering to. Your paint's not adhering to anything that's already permanent and going to stay. Your paint is getting stuck to a movable dirt or fiber or something. So you want to make sure that your piece is really, really ready for paint.
So Pamela would like to know how you're able to paint so much with one load of paint on your brush. I've continued to load even if I sprayed my brush with water.
Oh, you shouldn't have to keep getting paint on. It should really just keep going. Maybe you're not either putting enough on or you're reloading before you need to, but the paint really does go pretty far and it does last. As you can see, I don't even use water. I let the paint do its job. I use water for moments that I am absolutely blending a line. And I think that's like pretty much it. Or if I'm outside and it's very hot or humid and my paint is drying too fast. Those are the only times you will see me spray water. And again, when I started using the paint, spraying water on everything wasn't a thing. So I just didn't learn to paint with water, so I don't use it. I know there's a lot of girls that use water with their paint, and it's great. And I think the neatest thing about not only furniture art, but art in general, is that we can all do it different. And that's just one of those things.
And Dixie Belle adds, a better brush goes a long way, which
Yes,
it does.
it does.
Absolutely.
Yes, that might be what it is too, Dixie Belle. Thank you for throwing it in there. And I only use the Dixie Belle synthetic brushes. So it's not you're only as good as your tools, but the tools you use will drastically improve how easy it is to do your job and the final result of your work. So, better brushes. I have a really good sander. Pam has a really good sprayer. You guys know Pam Haskins. She's one of my best friends. And we are going to be on a tour called the Bells and Bow Tour. And our first conference is in New Jersey on November 3rd, which is coming up really quick, and we still have tickets available. And then we're going to be in Conyers, Georgia, which is near Atlanta. And we're going to have all sorts of stuff to teach you guys. We're going to have all sorts of tools of the trade to help you guys with your work.
Heather, real quick, what blue are you using again for Myra? I'm sorry. Mayra.
No, you're cool. It's Caribbean.
Caribbean. And that's the new metallic, right?
Yes.
And Deuce says, brushes matter.
They
That
do.
sounds like it needs to be a hashtag.
Oh, hashtag brushes
Hashtag
matter.
brushes matter. They do.
Yes. Buy well and treat them well.
Mom, you got paint on the back of your shirt.
It's okay. Yeah, but if your brush is saving you paint and saving you time, I mean, that's awesome, right? Then it's worth every penny. And the mini is only $30. Like, it's not like, I mean, I know you can get a chip brush for $1. So $30 is obviously more than a chip brush. But please don't paint furniture with a chip brush. They're great for projects. Great. They are amazing. The premium chip brushes are incredible. I use them to stencil all the time, or if I'm using like sea spray and that kind of stuff. But please don't try to paint like super pretty furniture with a chip brush. I think that's a bad idea. Not Not that any of you said you do, and I'm not trying to shame the girls that use chip brushes. I'm just saying, spend the $30.
You're just saying brushes matter.
Yes.
That's all.
Spend the $30. All right. So then that's our second coat. We're only on our first coat, so all of these coats are going to get better. Do we like the limeade into this? Or do we like this better?
I like the blend.
You like this one?
Yeah. I think it's
But
a nice transition.
Okay, but you like keeping this color?
I think so.
Yeah, because
What
look,
do you
there's
think?
Well, I think there's limeade in the picture,
Yeah.
so it's a better.
Well, there's all the colors in the picture.
I know. I always get nervous when I'm working, like either before Shannon or using one of her pieces as inspiration because I just admire her so much that I feel like I'm gonna mess it up.
We have someone saying that she actually can't see very good because of the picture in the background. So maybe all the colors look so well together that they're actually blending into each other.
Okay.
So I don't know if maybe just for a moment to slide the painting, I can come over to slide it out of the way for a sec. Yeah, there you go. And also, Lynn Avery is wondering if Dixie Belle has an oval small, because she has an oval medium. And is wondering about an oval small.
Hold on. I think that's what I have in my hand right now. It is.
Okay.
I had to chip away the paint speaking of brushes matter and treat them nice, I had so much paint on my handle I had to chip it away to see it, but this is the oval small. Okay. Hi, Lynn. Let me see. Travis. I'm trying to decide. The brushes I have available behind me, the only one I have out right now is a flat large, which is not going to be my friend. So I think I'm going to do a quick second coat of Caribbean and then carry on with the same paintbrush for my Pacific.
Mom, do you want one of my small
Travis, I want you to stop. One more week, guys. One more. I adore them. However,
Not even. We're less than a week.
however, I think it's the teacher's turn.
But what if I don't like the teachers?
Travis, enough. All right. So the neatest thing about these metallics is, as you can see on this leg, I did not put any base color. None. Zero. Zilch. And this is 2 coats. And we are at full metallic, full coverage.
So someone would, Angela would like to know if you can paint acrylic on top of chalk paint. Like if you're doing like something that she mentions, like a snowman face.
Oh,
So if you have like a chalk
gotcha.
paint piece and then you want to paint something little on top, that
Yeah,
you know.
sure. I don't think that would be a problem. I think if
And when we have someone just tuning in, she didn't see how you clean the table. What did you use?
I used, well, we didn't clean it on here, but I used Dixie Belle's White Lightning, and what I do to clean a piece, I know there's girls that spray it in a spray bottle. That's not how I do it. I like I like to take a bucket and I get warm water and I put my White Lightning in it and I stir it up, and then I have another bucket with clear just water, and I take the microfiber rags like that you wash your car with, and I scrub the whole piece with the microfiber in White Lightning, and I dunk it in the bucket and I clean it, and then once I'm clean, I take my second bucket that has just clean water in it and I wipe it back and wring it out and wipe it back. To me, when you're spraying and just wiping, you're just moving dirt. You're not getting it off. I don't know if that makes sense. But that's how it works in my head.
And after you cleaned this piece, there was no sanding, right?
No sanding needed. Nope.
Okay. And someone's actually asking how to remove the comments because she can't, because the comments do come up directly over what you're doing.
Just swipe them away.
There you go. There you go, Stephanie. Just swipe them away. Oh, thanks, Lynn. Lynn actually answered too for us.
Oh, thanks. You girls are so helpful.
Kathleen loves your earrings.
Oh, thank you. My friend Ginny makes them. And they're super light. They're made from aluminum. We have them at the store, too. I've had the best time this year really grabbing hold to the thought of and working with, collaborating with a lot of women, both in my area and in our industry. And it has changed the way I work. It has changed the way I live. And it has made my life just so much more better for it. Well, women and Dustin. He has collaborated with me a bunch, and I love him too, so I don't want to leave him out by just talking about the girls.
So quick again, where did that beautiful painting come from behind you?
This is my friend Shannon's art. We have been collaborating on some pieces, and it is for sale too. Although I want it, but you guys can buy it. I won't be mad. I won't be mad. I'll be happy that Shannon's art went somewhere that loves it. And what we decided to do is sometimes on our furniture that we do together, I paint the furniture and then she comes in and paints her art on top of the furniture. If you guys can see too, I just painted this live and I grabbed it and moved it. And it's already dry. And look, I'm sure you can hear that I am not being nice to it at all. It is all on. None of it chipped, none of it came off. That would have been a really bad example if it had, but look, my hand is perfectly dry, except for the spots that I messed up.
Except for the paint on it.
Except for those spots. Don't give me a hard time about those. That's just me being a messy painter. But by the time I did my second coat here and here, this is all the way dry. There's no sealer on it, and it's on. This is dry. I mean, we're good.
So I think at some point here in your replies, Heather, you're going to have to let people know how they can access Shannon's work and if it can be shipped and where they can buy it.
It can be shipped. I'm sure I can ask her if she can do prints of it. This is the actual original art, which I'm terrified of because I love it so much. But it can be shipped. If you want it, you can give the store a call.
And what store?
My store, Grace on Broadway.
People just tuning in and they're wondering.
Yes.
Yeah.
I have the store tagged above in the original description. That's my page, and you can see on there some of the work that Shannon and I did together. We try to make it fun and different, because why not? If we're working together, let's be fun and different, right? So the first piece we did together had poppies on it, and now this new piece has weeping jennies. And there's a small hint of the piece in a sneak peek that I posted yesterday, the new one. And then today, we decided that it'd be super fun, instead of me surprising her with furniture, she was going to surprise me with a piece of her art, and I had to paint a piece of furniture to go with it. So she brought this down last night. And I was super excited that that's the one she picked because it genuinely is my favorite of her art.
So Angela would like to know, after Shannon does her artwork on the piece, what does the piece get sealed with?
Oh, she does her art with Dixie Belle. So we seal it however we were going to seal it. So sometimes I use gator hide. I'm a wax girl. I have found in this industry that there's some people who love waxing and there's some people who love paint on top coats. And I'm a wax girl. If I can get away with needing just a wax top coat, that's the way I usually roll. However, I do understand that sometimes things are going to be in bathrooms or dining rooms or somewhere that you really need that water resistance, and then I'll use gator hide. But when we do the art on the piece, we use Dixie Belle.
So Lynn would like to know if you're going to do red and black stripes on the base.
Here? Oh, I didn't think of that. That would have been really awesome. Or like little red and black stripes in here. Could have been cool. Shit. Oh.
Beep.
Sorry. Beep. No.
Oh my
but my
goodness.
thought was, I got in trouble for that, guys, on my page. We had this really bad incident last week, and I wasn't going to talk about it, but now we will. I did a box opening, and it was some sassy stuff, and whatever. We had fun. And then we get a phone call, and Margaret answered it. We were in the middle of unpacking and cleaning up our back room. So there's chaos here as usual. My
Dixie Belle
husband's
says
here.
nobody heard your comment. It's okay.
So we're doing all this stuff. Chaos is ensuing. Phone rings. Margaret answers it. And the person asks for me, which is not unusual. I encourage everybody to call us as much or as often as you want. We are happy to answer the phone. We are happy to help you. Well, this time, Margaret answers the phone. And the person asks for me, which also, we're cool with that, right? Well, I get on the phone, and I say, hi, can I help you? And the woman shouts into the phone, I've watched your lives, and I just want you to know that you're absolutely disgusting, and you should be ashamed of yourself. And I said, excuse me? And she hung up the phone. Now, this person called with no caller ID, so she blocked her number. I have no idea who it was. If you're watching, I feel like you should be ashamed of yourself for calling me that way, for the record. And the only reason I'm addressing it is because I've seen in 1,000,001 groups people being maybe not so kind about other people's art and feeling like their opinion to be negative should be voiced. And I've also seen people talking about girls that do lives and talking too much and not painting. So sorry, we're taking a few seconds to talk about it. And it's not nice, right? Like, we come on here and we open up ourselves and our lives and our stories and our children and our employees and our art so that we can teach everybody something. And I know 99.9% of you girls are not the ones that are doing this. I just wanted to take a second because we have a phone number that you guys can find. It went from a step further from even being a rude comment in wording to an actual phone call. And that's sad to me. So I just wanted to take 5 seconds and just address it, that if you have it in your heart to not like something, please keep scrolling. Don't call people. Don't be that person. Don't add to that. Okay, so now we're back to painting. I'm over it.
Okay. Couple things. Cameron says hi.
Hi, Cam.
And
I'll be there soon.
To answer a question, Dixie Belle's Gator Hide can go over any Dixie Belle paint, correct?
Yep.
Yep, anything they want. And Shannon's artwork is not on the Grace on Broadway website. However, Heather will go in afterwards and let everybody know how to access her artwork and where to go to find more.
Shannon I finally convinced her to make a Facebook page. So I'll tag her page in the comments. And maybe I can get her, I have a couple pictures of her art, and I'll put a post up on our page with some of the pictures of her other art. I'll get with her and make sure we make that happen this week. Okay, so now I just want to say this is my first time actually getting to use Caribbean, and I am so excited about the color just in 2 coats.
And the coverage.
That's what I mean.
Yeah,
like, it's
the saturation
amazing.
is fantastic.
And it's so pretty. Okay. Now I'm going to use Pacific, and I'm going to go over Caribbean and use Pacific to here. But Lynn, my idea for the shoes, this is where we got
A
sidetracked.
lot of people are asking about stripes.
Well, for the shoes, what I want to do is from here down, I'm going to use Barn Red. And then I have mica flakes that I want to put it in so they look like they were the same glitter dipped. So that's where I'm at so far. We'll have to think about stripes. I'll think about it. It wasn't in the initial plan, but plans can change. We can probably add some stripes in here. I don't know that I'll have time within my 45 minutes today. It might have to be next week. But we can absolutely consider it. But I think this table's coming out super fun.
So Linda would like to know, is the metallic paint a slight sheen or really sparkly?
Let's see if we can show her. I think it's fairly sparkly. It's like a creamy
It's a little bit of both.
Yeah.
It's like a sparkly sheen.
Can they see like the sparkles? Or am I just like waving?
Well, you're
at
actually right over the comments that I'm reading, so it is
here,
difficult for me. I mean, a little bit, yeah. Yeah, you can kind of see it.
It's shiny for sure, and it's sparkly, but it does have like a creamy kind of base to it. I just decided to take Pacific and do this base here. Maybe one day we can get Shannon to come on and teach them how to paint like a flower with Dixie Belle. She did tell me that in all of our collaborations, I'll never be able to get her to go live, but I see that as a challenge. Because you girls are so fun.
I want to go live.
You already did a live.
I want to do another
Stop.
one. Why?
Because this isn't the one for you.
Hi.
Okay, so Paula just hopped on. Can
Okay.
you quick reference how you prepped everything for the table?
I cleaned it with White Lightning, and then I rinsed it all, wiped it back with water, and then we painted. Because Dixie Belle was meant to be easy peasy. Unlike working summers with your children. No, I'm kidding. I love them a lot. That's why they're here with me all the time.
Sure.
Stop, Travis. So now I'm going to do just like the squares with Pacific. So we're at the point where you guys can ask me whatever questions you need, because unfortunately I think we only have like 5 minutes left. Today's live went so fast. So if you have any questions, now is the time.
Are you going to add any red?
Yes, we are going to add red to the feet. These are going to be sparkly red. And I'm also going to do a second coat of limeade. And I'll probably do that second coat of limeade before we get on here next week.
Off camera.
Just because you guys don't really need to see me paint a second coat of limeade, do you? We can kind of skip that part. Travis. So this is our very last week of summer.
Oh. What's that? Forever.
And then our store will be back to regular hours next week. We've been down to summer hours. So we will be here. If you guys are interested in learning from me and my friends, we will be at the Bells and Bow Tour. The next one is in Edison, New Jersey on November 3rd. Then we'll be in Conyers on January 11th, which is right by Atlanta. There is 5 hands-on classes and there's 6 hands-on classes at each. We have a lot of really great instructors. They're all my friends. It's myself, Pam Haskins, Dustin Van Fleet, Dude Dodson, Fiona DeBelle. Brandy Cullenborn is going to be at the New Jersey one. Kristana Cussin is going to be coming in for the Georgia one.
What about me?
Stop. And we're going to have a bunch of classes, teach you a bunch of stuff. We're going to feed you. We're going to hang out with you. It's going to be a really good time. So we also have a group that you can join that's free to join. And you can see all of our lives. Ask us any questions about that. There's a website. I'm sure someone either has put it in or I will put it in. This is where we're going to stop for today. We'll play with her feet and try the mica flakes next week. I don't know how this is going to go, but I'm willing to give it a shot live with you guys if you're willing to watch and understand that I have no idea how this is going to work out. And I will get with Shannon and do a post with some of her available art, and I will tag her. But I think our visions are coming together. I'm excited to see this one through. All right, so if you guys don't have any more questions, I'm going to get these kids to the beach.
One question, real
Stop.
quick. Someone would like to know, she's just joining. Christine would like to know, what kind of paint are you using?
Oh, this is Dixie Belle paint.
And did Shannon use that on the piece behind you?
Shannon did not on this
Okay.
one. This was one of her original arts. But we talked yesterday, and Shannon is going to start doing a couple canvases with Dixie Belle so that we can do fun stuff like this and have it 100% match. And we think it'd be fun, and she's having fun with the paint. So you can use Dixie Belle on canvas. This one just happens to be one of her originals before we started doing this fun stuff. All right. So have a happy Tuesday. Have a happy rest of your week. I will go back in and I answer all comments and questions. So if I answer it twice, live and in comments, it's just so people reading get an answer too. So I will be talking to all you guys again soon. Thank you. Bye.